just want to say this is for my disclaimer. This is entertainment purposes only. So if you mess your own truck up, sorry, I'm not a mechanic. Just watch the whole video before you go doing about it, and should make it easier for you. But screw your own stuff up. Don't count it on me. Just fun little video. I didn't see any on YouTube that already had the engine and trans still in the truck to do, so made a video. To get the freeze plug out that's up there, that the actual thermostat and whatnot's going on, is to remove the coolant line that goes to the heat exchanger. I'll try to put an arrow in the video, but let's see if I can hold the phone and flashlight. There is the freeze plug. If I can get right there, silver circle that you're going to need to knock out to put the thermostat in and whatnot. But that hose right there goes to your heater core and your water pump, which you will get a new one anyway. There's part of it there. Sorry, the video sucks. I'm trying to hold the flashlight and my phone. But that's where the line goes. They'll send you a new one. So you don't need the part that's going to go to the front. It'll reroute it. So I'm going to take that one off anyway, just so I can get to that freeze plug easier. Cap with it, just to cap this off. You're not going to use this anymore. I'm going to run another auxiliary, I guess you would call it, transmission cooler later on, before long. But I would undo this, and then I'm going to go back up top, undo the rest of it, and remove the whole thing so I can get to the freeze plug that's up there. You can't really see from this angle. Let's see if I can get it from the back. But it is that one right there. You got to be able to knock that out. And with the pipe in the way there, makes things a little difficult. So I'm going to get rid of it real quick. That top line there to your heat exchanger, because you're not going to need any more. And they'll send you caps for just to cap that off. It won't flow anymore. And for a lot of guys that I've seen, those things can go bad on the inside. Get coolant in your trans, because it's supposed to be a trans heater cooler at the same time, and then basically ruin your trans, because as soon as you get coolant in there, you don't know it. When you do, it's too late, and there's you a couple grand in the transmission. So we'll get that the rest of the way off. Mine's been on there for 260,000 miles, so it's kind of stuck. It'll take me a minute. I'll be right back. I want to come off that easy, so I just threw a razor blade and cut it. You're not going to need it anyway, unless you were to put this shit back on, which I don't understand why you would do that in the first place. But here's the bottom line. You see that there, which goes into your block. If I can see it. Oh, sorry for the shaky camera, but it goes right in there. Oh, there we go. And they also send you a, I guess you could call it a plug or a bolt with an O-ring on it, so you'll seal that part off also. So you can go ahead and take that one off too. And they'll send you a cap that goes on there, because there obviously won't be coolant flow into it anymore, so it can just be capped off. Mentioned, if you have some pliers, like some real long ones like this, I think these are Pittsburgh Harbor Freight shit, or some that are curved like this with a little bit of length on them, it makes it a lot easier to get those clips off. Even right here too, I got both these loose only because I had some long pliers. Doing it with some short ones would be pretty tough. I mean, you could do it, I'm sure, but it'd be a little harder. So maybe go to Harbor Freight and grab some of these cheap ones. I've used mine for everything. So little piece of advice there. Here's the two caps that you're going to throw on the heat exchanger where the coolant used to come in and out. Get these things on. So after you loosen up the line right there, and I undid the one to the heater core, you'll have that. There's a nut on there that goes to the manifold stud. It is a 5/8 nut, and it's easier to try it from the top. Not that easy. Do it from the passenger side fender well. It's a lot easier. It's Mine actually wasn't nearly as tight as I thought it would be. But you get that off and I'll pull this off. Also just noticed there's another bolt right there. I don't know how I didn't see it before, but gotta get that one out first. I was like, oh, why is this not coming loose? But undo that one too. It's gonna also be easier from the passenger side, just like the other one that was holding it. Come from the passenger side. So you're gonna set up ahead here. 2 decently long extensions, swivel, and this half right here. Came out pretty easy, not too bad. Once I got everything loose, as you can see, I kind of took the whole thing and like tried to push it downward and just try to wiggle it out to the other way and kind of maneuver it. Not sure how it's going to come out of here, to be honest. Kind of a clusterfuck with that bracket on the other end. But, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything if you bend it. You're not going to reuse it anyway. So, let's see if I can get this bitch out. Oh, there we go. Out the wheel well, it looks like. There you go. Bring her on out the wheel well here. And there it is. So here's going to be your new piece to delete that old line. I'm not going to be able to hold this and do it at the same time, but you'll put it on that hose down there and then focus faster and then right there. To get that nut and that bolt right there back in the stock position, I came to the wheel well again to get the hose back on. It was easiest to come to the wheel well also. Just use a ratchet, tighten up both sides. Just throw everything on, be no problem. Also, I was thinking it would be easier. I have a fast, that's what this line is, fast 150. I need to get a fuel bowl delete. If you had this out of the way and it was just that little distributor block thing, I guess. If you had that, it would probably make this process a little bit easier. All this shit would be out of the way. I should already have one. It's only like $70 or $80. It makes this a lot easier, a little cleaner. You know, it's dirty as fuck. It would a little less bullshit in here. Probably eventually take that eventually take that heat exchanger off and obviously run some new lines and then put another cooler under my bed somewhere back there or under the cab. I'm not sure. But probably next thing I'll do is take that bolt out of the block right there. And then I got to get the freeze plug out, and that'll be it until the parts get here. So we'll see. So the easiest way for me to get this poured out of the block was, first off, it's a 15/16, so you're going to need a deep one. And I took that sensor out of the way just to get it out of the way. But obviously I couldn't get the socket through here. So I took the actual socket off, put it on the other side by itself, and then I stuck the extension through right there. And then, because that seemed like the only way, I tried to do it by hand by first with a ratchet. Couldn't. Grabbed the old trusty Milwaukee. And out it came. So here's the new plug. Goes in the engine. I put a little bit of oil on that O-ring. No, 5/16. It's an Allen head 5/16. I don't know why it's different, but you know, whatever. So throw this in there real quick by hand. Just snug it up by hand. Should be fine. Paisley, you're not helping a whole lot.
No. No.
Try to make a video of how I'm going to do it. Here's a decently long I don't know, pry bar, I guess. I'm going under this harness there. I have my other flashlights right there because this headlamp sucks. Try to put it on one corner. I get that. Let me zoom in. Hold on. I'll do this with one hand holding this thing. There we go. Try to put it on one corner and basically get it to spin, or push one side in, get one side poking out and try to grab it with some pliers or something. But I'm just gonna tap into this. I can't do it on video, or I would, and just try to knock the corner out just enough where I can grab it and then pull it out there. As you can see, there's a hole there, and you can't see the other one. There's already two holes right there. There it is. Another hole in your block where it's going to mount to. Honestly, I don't know what those holes are for in the first place in the factory, but I know what they're about to be for. So I'll do this and get back to the video. I don't mind the little leak there. But before you try to put the bypass in, they send you this pad. I don't know if I'm able to get on video, but you're going to want to go around inside where the freeze plate was to try to smooth out any burrs, dirt, and all that good shit. Can't really get it on video, but yeah, I'm sure you can get the idea. If you can't figure that out, might need to take it to somebody. Here's the money part. It'll come with the hose not attached. When you tighten it, you're kind of going to want it to orient. Stop doing that. Orient kind of towards the passenger side with the hose, because that's where it's going to go over the manifold and then to the thermostat housing. And you'll have a spacer. I'll get to that in a minute. But when you tighten it, you want it facing towards the passenger side. Don't tighten it where the hose is facing that way. So I found out about the easiest way you're going to get the actual bypass in there is to go from this way, like everything else it seems. I just slid it in there, put a little oil on the O-ring. Make sure, like I said before, it's oriented towards the passenger so you can bolt it up there. It makes it easier if I didn't install this pipe first, but it wasn't that bad. Makes it easier if you have an 18 that is a ratchet wrench, a short one preferably. And it's not too bad. Just slide it in there and give it a little push, get that seal to pop, and tighten it down. I actually took this bracket off that goes right here. Get it in there. Bracket that goes right there. It makes it much easier to get to that bolt right there to tighten it, get a wrench on it. Otherwise, this being right here makes it a little difficult. So I just removed this. I'm going to put that back on now because I already got it tightened down. So I didn't record actually just mounting these up or doing the spacer for the thermostat, but that's, I mean, it's pretty easy, honestly. And it's also directions. They give you 3 bolts that are longer. I mounted it up with the rubber side up. It has like a seal here, and obviously the bottom is going to use the seal from the thermostat that's already there. And then tighten this up with a 1-inch afterwards. And then they say put one here, but you need to have a short Allen head. It's a 6, I believe. If you have that heat blocker thing, heat shield still on. They say put this one in between 5 and 6, but for some reason this one has whatever that little shield thing is that blocks the hole. So I said, what the hell, and just put it here anyway. Seems fine. Nothing should bother it.